Hey guys, welcome back to Watch with Marcella, where today we're doing something a little different. This is going to be Bridgerton and beer. Cheers. We're going to talk about Season 2, Episode 1 of Bridgerton, capital R, Rake. The entire episode I'm thinking, Rake, what are they talking about? Talking about Rake as in like a scoundrel? I'm pretty sure that's what they mean. They can't possibly mean the garden tool. Hi, Luna. Yes, hello, Luna. They can't possibly mean a garden tool. No, they don't. They mean the lovable scoundrel. I'm assuming they're talking about Anthony, my least favorite character on this show. This entire season is going to be about my least favorite character on this show. So, welcome to the first episode of Bridgerton and Beer, where we're just going to sit here. I'm going to go through my notes. We're going to talk about it. So, last season, Daphne was the diamond of the season, and she ended up marrying the beautiful, beautiful Duke. The Duke is no longer on the show because it's not about Daphne and the Duke anymore. Now this season is all about Anthony trying to find a wife. We also found out last season at the very end that Penelope is Lady Whistledown. I love this. I guessed that very early on in the season. I figured it out. I mean, it was very clear. She's the only one who's invisible. No one notices Penelope. Of course she's Lady Whistledown. Come on, it was easy. It is the beginning of the social season, and poor Eloise, she doesn't want to do this at all. She doesn't want to have to compare with Daphne, who was the diamond of last season. But it's what the family wants, so she does what the family wants, and she comes out, and she's got this stupid, huge feather on her head, and she looks ridiculous. She feels ridiculous, and everyone can see it. She's so uncomfortable. But, you know, we all do what we must.
If one of you utters a single word.
She's very, very uncomfortable, and so was I. I don't understand the Featherington family. Hey, other than Penelope, they all suck. They're like the wicked stepmother and the stepsisters. They all suck. Except for that one who kind of is already betrothed to somebody. She's kind of quiet. I guess she sucks the least. But they're pretty terrible people. I really don't care for them. We had one of my favorite parts of this episode was Daphne going up to Anthony and saying,
"Best of luck to you, brother. You shall certainly need it this season."
And that was kind of like a nice little cheeky nod to, it's not about Daphne, it's about Anthony. The intro of this show is beautiful. I love it. It's so pretty, except for one thing that caught my eye this episode, and now I'm never going to be able to unsee it, and that it's almost exactly like the Game of Thrones intro. Pretty sure it would be just as interesting if you put the Game of Thrones song over top of the Bridgerton intro. Actually, let's talk about Kate Sharma. We first see Kate riding across this picturesque landscape. It's so beautiful. And here's Anthony. Oh, are you in trouble? No, bitch, she's just riding along, having a wonderful day. Why do you assume she's in trouble? And he starts chasing after her. But he's, oh, I hate him so much. Oh, I really can't stand Anthony. He's the worst. He's just the worst. He just makes no sense to me. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. It's very interesting how they tell us that Kate is 6 and 20 years old. Okay. She is a little old to be out in society with no husband. I see why Lady Danbury's like, what's up with you? But she has a very interesting meeting with Anthony, and you can see there's some sparks, there's some chemistry. We'll see what happens. The one Featherington sister is so annoying. Like, they're going through all this because their dad is gone and they're poor now. So, like, she's so upset that she has to empty her own chamber pot.
A season with no new dresses, nor servants are we to empty our own chamber pots too.
Grow up. It's a chamber pot. Plus, Thank goodness I wasn't born back then, because I would rather die. I guess I'm just as bad as the Featherington's sister because I don't want to do it either. It's really gross, but I'm not gonna make somebody else do it. That's even worse. Grow up! Okay, so let's talk about Lady Danbury's party because it was awesome. I want to go to a party like that. I love shows like this and like Rain that take popular songs and put them to an orchestral, give them an orchestral spin. This time it was Madonna's Material Girl, and it was amazing. I loved it. You're sitting there and you're like, I know that. What? I know this. I know this. And then it kicks into your brain. You're like, that's Material Girl. I love it. One thing I don't understand is how does the Queen walk with that wig? It's so tall. I don't understand how she balances it on her head. It makes no sense to me. It defies gravity. There's a scene at the party where Lady Danbury is introducing all the various suitors for Miss Edwina Sharma, because that's why they've come to London, to get Edwina married this season. And the poor little nerdy Duke, I feel so bad for him. He's such a little nerd, such a little dork. But there are not very many good candidates this season. I'm thinking that Anthony is probably the best that there is, and that is saying nothing.
Well, this is the season the Viscount intends to find a wife.
Anthony has extremely high standards for what he wants the Viscount's wife to be, and I kind of understand. I mean, it's more business than it is about anything else, and that's what he has to do. He is in this position of power in his family, and he can't let the rest of the family down. His mom made a really kind of messed up comment to him about how if his expectations were going to be that high, then he was going to end up alone. Well, he's kind of doing all this for you, so back off a little, Mom. But I'm not Team Anthony at all. I really still do not like him one little bit. And of course, even though I still think that he and Kate will hate fuck at some point during the season, I do believe he will also go pretty far with poor Edwina, because Edwina was announced the diamond of the season, and she's the most desirable one there because Lady Danbury played her games and got the Queen to make her the diamond of the season. So of course, Anthony sees her as the most precious of the season, and that's who he wants, and that's who he's going to court. And that will put him in direct conflict with Kate and commence hate. A lot of time is spent this episode focusing on how Penelope does her Lady Whistledown things, and she is phenomenal. Penelope is probably tied for my favorite character on the show, but Penelope's way of dressing up and pretending to be a servant to get the little leaflet printed, and the deal she has with the printer is amazing. I love it. She's getting paid pretty good money, but at the same time, her family is like in squalor, and they're selling the candlesticks, and her mom even considers selling her books at one point, even though they tell her that she wouldn't get any money for them. Like, at some point I hope Penelope's gonna, like, in secret go pay for the family somehow. I know that at the end of the episode, the new Lord Featherington showed up, the guy who's going to come save the day, and he paid the dowry for the one sister, and I love the boss move that he made, moving out the mom's stuff out of her room, because it's not your room anymore. You don't own the house. It's not yours.
And I even took the liberty of having your possessions moved from your bedchamber, Lady Featherington.
You had my possessions moved.
But I don't understand why Penelope didn't pay their debts and stuff. I don't get it. What is she saving all that money for? Is she going to flee and try and go find Colin? He's your friend, but it's not like that. She needs to move on. I don't want Penelope to change too much based off of a conversation that she had with Eloise toward the end. I really think she'll give herself away if she changes too much. If she changes her Lady Whistledown newsletter, that's what we're going to call it, too much. I like the direction she's taking, but people are not going to like it, even though Eloise does like it.
What do you think, Eloise?
I love it.
I'm interested so far. I know I could probably binge the whole season, but I don't want to, so I'm only going to watch one episode a week, and then I'm going to come, and I'm going to have some beer, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it. So let me know what you think of Capital R Rake Season 2, Episode 1 of Bridgerton. Let me know what you think of this little style we have going for this. It's not really a reaction, it's more of a just commentary on the episode. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. As always, don't forget to like, follow, share, do all the things, comment, all of that. Luna is still a puppy, and she's driving me nuts, but I love her dearly. So, until next time, and until next week, I will see you guys later. Take care, everybody. Bye.